everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel on Learn Biology with Ruby. Okay, so this is a continuation of lesson 1 whereby we are doing introduction to biology. So in the previous video in part A, we did definition of biology, careers in biology and branches in biology. Now we move on to part B, whereby we'll be doing here's our learning objectives. We're going to be doing safety in the laboratory. Basically, I'll be talking about laboratory safety rules. Okay, then we move on to the next learning objective, and in this video part B, that is safety labels. Okay, so let's get started. Part B of lesson 1, we are now doing safety in the laboratory. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about the laboratory safety rules. Okay, the first safety rule that I have here is do not eat or drink in the laboratory. Do not eat or drink in the laboratory. Learners are advised not to eat or drink in the laboratory. Do not wear open-toed shoes in the laboratory. Do not wear open-toed shoes in the laboratory. So do not eat or drink in the laboratory. Do not wear open-toed shoes in the laboratory. All these laboratory safety rules, they are for your own safety, because if you eat or drink in the laboratory, your food might end up getting jinxed or mixed with chemicals, causing severe stomach ache or even death. Wearing open-toed shoes, some chemicals are labeled as corrosive, others are labeled as irritants. So once in contact with skin, it might cause serious problems. So do not wear open-toed shoes in the laboratory. Do not run in the lab. Yes, learners and scientists are advised not to run in the lab for obvious reason. You might end up breaking apparatus, you might end up spilling chemicals, you might even end up falling down and getting hurt yourself. Okay, so do not run in the lab. Then the other safety rule in the laboratory, do not test or inhale any chemicals in the laboratory unless you are instructed to do so. Okay, so do not test or inhale any chemicals in the laboratory unless you are instructed to do so, because most of the chemicals, they are dangerous when inhaled or tested. Okay, then sorry, I moved a little bit too fast. Let me go back. Okay, so here, tie back long hair. So it is advised for students to tie back long hair. Then clean all materials properly in accordance with safety protocol. So it is advised that you clean all materials or apparatus, all the materials properly in accordance with the safety protocol. Okay, then we move on to the next laboratory safety rule, that is dispose waste properly. It is advised for learners in the lab, our students in the lab, to dispose all waste properly. Okay. Beware of your surroundings and be sure to turn off burners and take extra caution when handling hazardous materials. So in the lab, it is advised to beware of your surroundings and you should be sure to turn off burners and take extra caution when handling what? Hazardous material. Okay, that's it. Then we move on to the next laboratory safety rule. Wear goggles and gloves when necessary. So you should wear goggles and gloves when necessary, because some chemicals, they are irritant to the eyes, others they are irritant to the hands, they cause corrosion on skin. So it is advised to wear goggles and gloves whenever necessary. Okay, so so we move on to the next laboratory safety rule that I have here. That is okay, what am I doing? Okay, that is always wear a lab coat when necessary. Okay, I moved a little bit too fast. Okay, always wear a lab coat when in the laboratory. It is mandatory to wear a lab coat whenever you are in the laboratory. Okay, it's like the passport. There is no negotiation about this. This is the passport to enter a laboratory as a scientist or as a student. It is mandatory to always wear a lab coat when in the laboratory. Okay, do not have direct skin contact with chemicals. Like I said before, some chemicals are corrosive, others they are irritants on skin. Okay, so do not have direct contact with chemicals. Then we move on to the next laboratory safety rules. All accidents must be quickly reported, that is spillages, breakages, or fire. So all accidents, they must be quickly reported to whoever is in charge, whether it's your instructor, your science teacher, your lab tech. All accidents must be quickly reported. That is spillages, breakages, or fire. Even though it's just a small spark of fire, you never know where it's going to lead. So you should report all accidents. Okay. Then we move on to the last laboratory safety rule that I have here. Never leave a lit burner unattended. It is advised for learners, for students, to never leave a lit burner unattended, because you never know what is going to catch fire. That would lead to fire if you leave a lit burner unattended. Okay, so you should be very careful when dealing with burners. Okay, never ever leave a lit burner unattended. Okay, we move on to the last learning objective in this video, that is the safety labels. Okay, so under safety labels, I just have this picture. Okay, so it says, okay, this picture I just got it from. It says safety laboratory symbols. We have to deal with different types of chemicals, laboratory equipment, and potentially dangerous clinical specimens in the laboratory. So every individual that is using science laboratories must be aware of common laboratory hazards, accidents, and safety measures to prevent them. Okay, so since we'll be doing different types of chemicals and laboratory equipment, it is advised for you to beware, right? So like they always say, better safe than sorry. Okay, so under laboratory safety symbol, we have this safety symbol, which is the general warning symbol. It is a warning indicating the presence of hazardous materials in the lab. So whenever you see this, just know whatever material that you're going to be using, as long as it has this label, it means it is hazardous. Okay, then we have this laboratory safety symbol, that is a biohazard. It provides a warning on lab equipment that may contain biohazardous material like blood samples. Okay, so this safety symbol is a warning against biohazardous material. Okay, so we move on to the next laboratory safety symbol, that is the one I'm encircling right now, that it shows that whatever it is that is contained inside it is flammable. Okay, chemicals labeled as flammable have the tendency to ignite and should be stored accordingly. Keep the chemicals away from flames, sparks, and oxidizing substances. Okay, so whenever you see a chemical having this symbol, you should keep it away from what? From flames, from spark, and from oxidizing agent, because oxidizing substances, because it is highly flammable. Okay, then we move on to the next safety symbol, this one that I have here. This one I'm encircling is a safety symbol showing that whatever is contained inside they have explosive properties. Okay, so explosive. It pertains to chemicals in the lab that has explosive properties. Okay, then we move on to the next safety symbol that I have here. This one, you can see a hand with electrical shock there. Okay, that's electrical hazard. Electrical hazards in the lab that can cause mild tingling and death. Devices labeled as electrical hazards should always be turned off when not in use. Okay, whenever you see a device with this symbol of electrical hazard, it should always be turned off when not in use to avoid mouth tingling and death. Okay, then we move on to the next safety symbol that I have, the one I'm encircling here. Okay, it's a safety symbol warning against high voltage. It is a symbol that symbolizes lightning that can cause serious injury and even death. Okay, then we move on to the next safety symbol that I have here. You can see the one I'm encircling right here. When you see this safety symbol, it's warning against what? Toxic or poisonous substances. Okay, so it's toxic. It is a generic sign for toxic or poisonous substances and can cause severe damage when inhaled, absorbed, or swallowed. Okay. Then you move on to the next laboratory safety symbol I have here. This one is whenever you see this, it shows that whatever it is that's contained inside is radioactive. It denotes the presence of ionizing radiation, which carries energy to liberate electrons from molecules or atoms and ionize them. So it denotes the presence of ionizing radiation, which carries energy to liberate electrons from molecules or atoms atoms and ionize them. So whenever you see this, it shows whatever it is that's contained inside is radioactive, and it has ionizing radiation. Okay, then you have this safety symbol that I'm encircling here. It shows that whatever it is that is contained inside is a corrosive agent. So strong chemicals that corrode your skin and other substances. Okay, a drop of the corrosive agent can cause serious damage, so wear protective gear at all times when working with corrosive substances. Okay, then we have this laboratory safety symbol, glassware. It is a physical hazard that has the tendency to become a health hazard, especially if contaminated with toxic and infectious substances. So it is a physical hazard that has the tendency to become a health hazard, especially if contaminated with toxic and infectious substance. So whenever you see this is a safety symbol labeled glassware. Okay, then we have this safety symbol that I'm encircling right now. It shows presence of carcinogens. Okay, it's carcinogenic. It pertains to human carcinogens such as methylene chloride, formaldehyde, and benzene. This sign suggests that you have to wear protective personal equipment. Okay, right, then we move on to the next safety symbol that I have here. This one is a safety symbol showing the presence of an irritant, that whatever chemical it is inside is an irritant. It refers to substance that can irritate the eyes and are toxic when inhaled or swallowed. Protective gear must be worn when dealing with substance tagged as irritants. Like I said, that's why you wear your goggles, your gloves, your boots. Okay, then we move on to the next safety symbol that I have here. You can see this one I'm encircling right now. It shows the presence of a health hazard. It pertains to substances that can cause serious health damage, such as respiratory problems, reproductive toxicity, and carcinogenicity. So whenever you see chemicals tagged with this laboratory safety symbol, you should be careful when handling them. Okay, then we have this laboratory safety symbol. It's a pair of gloves there. It means gloves required. It suggests that hand protection must be observed, especially when handling hazardous substances. The ideal gloves to use in a lab is heat and chemical resistant. Then we move on to the next safety symbol that I have here. We have a pair of boots there. Okay, it requires that boots are required. It means that the usual shoes are not enough for doing certain lab related work. Lab boots protect your feet from corrosive chemicals, hence the safety symbol. Okay, then we move on to the next safety symbol that we have here. This one, this is a lab coat. Okay, so it's a symbol showing clothing protection required. A lab coat or protective clothing is to be worn. There are different lab coats and each serves a specific purpose. Okay, then we have the next safety symbol here. You can see goggles, the glasses. These are safety glasses. They come in different forms. They are eye shield, they are goggles, they are glasses, they are spectacles. They protect the eye from chemical splashes, debris, visible light, or radiation from ultraviolet rays. Okay, then we have this we can see eye and water going there. That's an eye wash station. It shows the location of the eye wash station, which is usually adjacent to the safety shower. Okay, so this is it on safety symbols in the laboratory. These are what I have. There are other safety symbols like those showing the presence of fire extinguishers and everything, but I just have this in this video. So thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. If you found this video useful, please click on the like button and please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring that notification bell to get notification as soon as I drop a video. And in the next video, we're going to be doing typical examination questions on introduction to biology. Then we know we are done with the topic. Okay, so we're going to be doing multiple choice questions and structured questions. Okay, thank you so much for watching again. God bless you. All the best in your biology study. I just hope we embark on this journey together. I love you, everyone. Thank you so much once again.